Hey guys, what is up? AwesomeTheSauce here. Hope you guys are having a great day and welcome to a type of video that you won't see on this channel that much, which is not me being goofy, playing some PvP, you know what I'm saying, Rather, it is a discussion video. Now, I don't really like these types of videos, mainly because they're kind of low effort. Not gonna lie to you, like, this is probably gonna take me like 20 minutes to make. And that's it. You know, I like putting effort and creativity into my videos. Oh! Did y'all see that? I just knocked. There's honey mustard everywhere. I think a lot of people have been asking me on stream recently. They've been asking me about if Wizard101 is dying, and it always happens every year, and I always tend to make some kind of video every year about it. But I feel like this time, my answer to this question is very different. When in previous years, when people asked me if Wizard101 was dying, I was like, you know, it's probably on its way out. It's not, you know, it doesn't really seem like it's doing anything. You know, back then I never saw any long-term goals from KingsIsle, and I always saw a company that would never listen to its content creators and really couldn't get anywhere. However, a lot of things have happened very recently that I feel like has changed that a lot, and I really don't think that should go without being noticed. So I have three main reasons right now why I think Wizard101 is actually definitely not gonna die. And I'll tell you why I think that right now. One of the number one things is something I can personally attest to, and that's really important because, you know, you can just take my word for it. This is my video, you can take my word for it. KingsIsle listens to content creators a lot more, and I don't know when this change happened. It didn't happen like a year ago, or even maybe 6 months ago. It happened very, very recently, and there's evidence of this all over the place. There's KingsIsle workers that routinely talk to smaller WizTubers everywhere. When I was trying to set up my tournament, which by the way is on Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, make sure you drop the notifications, be there for the best event ever. They were very, very open to promote it as long as I complied with their terms of service, you know, and this is someone that they chose almost to ignore for a really long time in terms of content. And it's a very refreshing thing to see. Not to mention, you know, outside of Twitter and social media, I've even seen their account actually commenting, their main Wizard101 account commenting on different people's videos, telling them what a great job they did on the video, like actually being a supportive community. Now, this kind of transparent, down-to-earth kind of move from the company, like maybe it could all be for show, but I'm choosing to view it more as a humble, at least, approach in reaching out to the community. And I think a lot of people can see it for what it is, and that's that KingsIsle is trying. And that's something I will always award points for. You know what I'm saying, bro? I can jive with someone who tries like that. Another major reason why I don't think Wizard101 is dying anytime soon now versus before is because of the graphics update. This is something that I feel like is one of the most positive updates I have ever seen in this game. I don't really see people complaining about how nice the game really looks right now. And it was a really, really good job, well done. And I really, really hope that they speed up the process and bring this graphics overhaul to as many places as possible. I'm sure it's much easier said than done to completely retexture everything. I totally get it. But it brings so much to the game as far as giving it credibility to a newer player. And it gives a whole new nostalgia rush to people who played when they were younger and they're coming back to the game. This is something that we never had before, and because there's so many worlds and so many things to retexture, it gives them a lot of room for updates. It's not one of those games anymore that, you know, the end is near. Why would they retexture just Wizard City and not retexture the rest of the game? Obviously, that is in their plan. And for me, that tells me that there's a very long-term goal here. That is what I hope. I could be wrong, obviously, with how I'm analyzing all of this, but I would argue that just their graphics, just the effort they put in with this update specifically, shows that they're in it for the long run. And I can appreciate that sincerity, and I've never seen that before from KingsIsle. Now, point number 3, and this is possibly the most important thing in this video, why I think Wizard101, specifically in 2019, will not be dying, is because we're between worlds, we're between arcs. So normally what happens when we're between arcs is new dungeons are released. Now, last time this happened was Darkmoor, and I don't know if you guys know this, but when Darkmoor got released, it literally changed up the game in insane ways. Some could say that it caused a decline of the game, especially because PvP got so shattered. But what's important to notice here is that between arcs, whether it's Waterworks type gear, whether it's Tartarus or, you know, Chrysalis type gear, that type of gear tends to change the meta up a lot. And right now, the meta is in desperate need of change. What I think is going to happen is that because we're between arcs, a whole new dungeon will be put out. It'll be level 130 gear plus, and it'll be very rare, it'll be hard to get, and it'll change up the meta. Now, how will it change up the meta? Here's the thing. A lot of people have a problem with Shadow Pips, and currently how skillless they are. It's very, very easy just to Shrike and then pray for a shadow hit and win off of that. And unfortunately, the game rewards those players because it's just so random. You know, you don't actually have to plan for getting Shadow Pips. Now, do I think they need to fix Shadow Pips? Of course. But a very easy way they can address somewhat the changes that Shadow Pips have brought to gameplay is by changing the gear that's available to us. If they made level 130 gear have a lot more health and a lot more resist for every school, and maybe even a lot more pierce, it could actually work wonders for the game. Now, I know what everyone's thinking, a lot more health and a lot more resist. Don't you think everyone is just going to tank everything? Obviously, everyone's going to tank everything, but that's the whole point. It won't be that a Storm has to have 5,000 health against an Ice who has almost 9,000 health, you know? It would be basically like maybe, I don't know, 7,000 health versus maybe like 10,000 health. Now, I know the difference is still the same, but because of the schools and how they vary, 7,000 health is a lot harder for an Ice Wizard to do than 10,000 health is for Storm Wizard. I don't know if that explanation makes sense. All I'm saying is, if the gear gives considerably more health, it'll make a lot of the changes to PvP brought on by Shadow Pips a lot less important. And I think those gear changes should come at level 130 in a dungeon, and it would be incredible if they could do that. And I can guarantee to you, if you change the meta up in a positive direction so that every school has a fair chance, regardless of health, regardless of Shadow Pips, and this is very easily done by adding a lot of health on the gear, you know, if you can do that, I feel like it'll revitalize the game, especially for the summer or whenever they decide to release it. I really hope it's a summer update like Tartarus was, because that revived the game for me at a time when I didn't like it. But that's what I'm saying, you know? That's what I'm saying. So yeah, guys, to answer the question, is Wizard101 dying in 2019? I can definitively tell you no. Previously, in other years, I'd say, I mean, I guess it could, you know, there isn't really much going for it. Right now, I feel like Wizard101 is poised to be a very, very interesting game, one that captures the audience, and one that listens to its content creators. I feel like it's poised for that, and that's a really exciting thing. I really, really hope that we as a community can keep on growing this community, bring it back, or at least keep it alive. That's my only goal at the end of the day, you know, just keep what I love alive. And I really think KingsIsle is a lot more on board with it, in my opinion, than before. I don't know, it's just something that I've sensed. So that's the answer to that question. Please stop asking me the question on streams. I know I'm gonna get a lot of it tonight. Don't do it tonight when I'm streaming on YouTube. Don't do it, please. But yeah, guys, this is a video that I've been meaning to make for a really long time. It's been 2019 for like 3 months, and I haven't made it. So here you go, my mans. To all the people who keep asking my expert opinion, this is just my opinion, but it's based on a few facts and a few patterns that I've noticed. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, and if you're new, make sure you drop a sub. There's tons of links in the description, including my Twitter, my Twitch, and my Discord. And do not forget, there will be an amazing tournament that even KingsIsle said they're actually gonna promote, you know, another example of them listening to the community. But it's happening on 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on this channel on Saturday. So be there or be square, my mains. If somebody has not told you you're awesome today, they doing something wrong, so stay awesome, bruh. And yeah.